Well, welcome back to Mr. Smith's Garage. So today we're in the garage with Jack, 81 Volkswagen Vanagon, Westphalia, air-cooled, California emissions. Last time we worked on Jack, if we go way back, you'll have to go back in some videos because I'd been working on a couple of Sea-Doos for a while. It was probably related to an axle and a transaxle, and I was pulling an axle off of Jack so that I could actually replace the axle on Jill. Okay, so we're going way back there. Anyway, so I'm gonna put you right here so you can see kind of what's going on here. So yeah, last time we left off, we took this axle out. We actually dropped the transaxle because I wanted to kind of see how it all worked. Found out that this is actually a good transaxle. It's the 091. Found out that Jill, which is an 82, a year newer than Jack, has an 002 transaxle, which is from like, I don't know, early 70s bus. Anyway, so what we're looking at now is we're going to kind of clean this up. We're going to clean each piece, remove the trailing arms back in here. Don't feel like I have much rust back there either. Let's get a light on it. Yeah, no rust, just some good coverage for kind of that undercoating. So we're gonna clean that all up. Anything that's kind of loose, we're gonna pull off, and we'll kind of spray it again. Some new black, probably semi-gloss black paint. Maybe throw some undercoating on there. We're gonna clean up that trailing arm real nice, put some new hardware and bushings in there. Get this put back together with some Radflow shocks on the side here. Springs, new springs that are lifted, we'll clean up, make sure that that charcoal canister is okay. I think it is. It's just got some powder or some coverage on there from the rubber undercoating. We'll replace the brake line. Actually looks pretty good. We may not have to replace that hard one. We might replace that rubber one in there. And put the brakes back on, clean them up, put some new hardware in there if we need it. So let's get moving on pulling this thing apart. Well, you know, it's always good to spill a little bit of brake fluid, right? That's what happens when you just got stuff sitting around like that. Well, at least it's not on, it's just on the cement, not on anything that is going to corrode. Let's see, those are 19. So we're going to need a 19 socket, maybe an impact. See if we can get those off of there. I've got to get the brake line off of there. You know, it's funny, I got these great little chrome vanadium tools made by Pittsburgh at Harbor Freight. I'm sure you're familiar with them. And of course they've got a 10 and a 12. And Volkswagen Vanagon brake lines are 11. And I don't think, yep, 13, 14, 8, and 9. No 11. So, got my Goodwill bag here. I was in Goodwill the other day and I came across some tools. Let's see if they happen to have 11 in here. Playing with danger over there with that brake fluid still by my toes. Let's see if we got 11 in here. Well, we got some American tools. 7/16, 11/16, 9/16, lots of 16s. There's a 5/16, a half, a 3/8, 11/16. Got a couple of oddball tools in here, including some sockets. That is a chrome molybdenum. 7/16. That's a Craftsman. Woo. Got some good tools in there. Let's find some. Let's see if they got any metric. There's a 15, a 13. All those tools are American. Well, let's see if, 11 is going to be probably close to a 7/16. So let's see if that's what it is, all right. So 7/16 on that side. It's probably a 13 on this side, or a 14. Let's try 15. No, it's not 15. Okay, so if a 7/16 is like an 11, then I'm thinking a 9/16 is like a 14. Look at that. Okay, I'm blocking you there. Let's see if I can get you. See if I can get you the picture here, what I'm doing. Taking that off there so that I can get the rest of this off. All right. Let's see if I can put you back here without getting you in some brake fluid. That might work. You might be able to see that. Maybe. Let's see. Got it. Well, we'll just have to remember that that's a 7/16 is very similar to 11 mil. And maybe Mr. Harbor Freight is watching, and they'll know that for the brake line wrenches that they sell, that we need 11 if we're Vanagon people. Okay, just gonna keep some of those off to the side. Whew, that's a lot of wrenches there that don't work for anything, huh? For at least on the Vanagon. Okay, so we got that off. So I think next in line is, I'm going to put some of these wrenches away over here. I was really surprised. I think I saw that 15 and 13 in there, and I just figured there was probably half of these would be metric, and there's only 2 metric in there. Let's see if these sockets, 14 millimeter socket, and a 5/8 socket, a 3/4 socket. This looks like a 13/16 made for spark plugs. And I got another spark pluggy looking socket too. Huh. Okay. Well, let's move you back out here away from that brake fluid. Okay, I think the next thing we're going to go for is this one. That's a 19. We're going to try our impact. I'm going to put this one on the back here. If I can get it on the back of there. Let's see. Well, that was a lot easier than a lot of people's. You know, when I see these things all rusted and everything, this is not in bad shape at all. I'm gonna leave that in there until I take the other one out. That is not bad. Okay, so now I think the other one I'm gonna have to get from the underside, but I just spilled all that brake fluid down there. I don't really want to lay in brake fluid, so let's see if we can make this work without laying in the brake fluid. That's the bolt. If it's as easy as the last one, everything will go just fine, won't it? Okay, we're gonna rest that on the shifter. Get this on the other side of the bolt. Aha, got it. And it should just be the pull of a trigger. Oh, nope. Not just the pull of the trigger. Okay, so okay, here's what we're gonna do. Gonna get a little breaker bar so we can at least just break it. Okay, I think I'm gonna add a little PB blaster here, if it works. There we go. Just gotta get that little click. Once again, let's see if we can do this with a little brake. Oh, it is moving. Let's make sure. Well, I gotta keep the other side wedged against there somehow. Let's see how we can do that. Let's do it this way. That way, when it goes up against that thing, there we go. That's what we wanted to hear. Just a little click. Now, should be able to use a little impact and make this job a little easier. Sure enough, I was just thinking about if it was going to fall on me, but still got the bolts through it, so it's always a good thing. Okay, so now for safety's sake, we're going to put the jack underneath it before we pull those bolts out. We'll get them started at least. Yep, you can see that one. You might hear me groaning. The groaning is because I'm old. And I've been riding these Sea-Doos and they're fabulous, but man, they make me feel old. Okay, get the jack under here. Let's see. There's one. two. Here it comes. Oh. There it goes. That's what we want. Just a little bit of that wasn't so hard, huh? It was just like downtown, only not so crowded. The springs look pretty good still, pretty beefy. Let's take a look at these bushings. Oh, we're still hooked up here. Still hooked up on the emergency brake line. Oh, it's just a zip tie. Let's clip it. Bushings don't look too bad, really. That looks pretty worn. Got a new one of those. We'll toss that one. Alright, I think we got one off. Now it's just going in here and cleaning it up. Cleaning this up and putting it back together with our new bushings. I just want to say, it doesn't really get much easier than that. This is I think it's been a California and Oregon Vanagon most of its life. I spent a little bit of time in Mexico. From some of my earlier videos, there was like a couple Mexico stickers on the front from 1988. But boy, to take that trailing arm off that easy, I haven't seen a video where it's come off that easy, unless it's like a race car or something, or an off-road, you know, crazy clean. I mean, it's pretty clean. I mean, take a look at that. I mean, that's the original paint right there, and that's the original paint in there. So I'm gonna say it's probably never been off. Although those bushings look really good, but maybe it just hasn't had a lot of road travel. It had about 150,000 miles on it, but those bushings look a lot better than that. But looking at the original paint in there, no rust, that was easy. So thanks for subscribing. If you like what I'm doing, like it. I'm going to continue on this. I'm just going to spend, you know, even if it's an hour a night out here, just kind of cleaning this thing up, getting it ready to go one side at a time. I think next you'll see we'll be in the little Harbor Freight bead blaster. We'll see how that goes. All right, we'll talk to you next time. Thanks for subscribing.